Hello, everyone, and welcome back to our New York Islanders franchise mode here on NHL 24. Today, we will be doing the 2028 offseason. Last season, we went 45, 30, and 7 and claimed a wild card spot. It was a bit of a rocky season, lots of up and downs, and a lot of one goal games. That was a big problem for us. We were losing most of those one goal games, really held back our record. I think we definitely could have been a divisional spot. But yeah, we still got into the playoffs. We were tied for ninth in the league, so we actually had a pretty good season. I think 97 points. We beat the 105-point Devils in 6 games. They were top of the Metro and second in the league. And yeah, we beat them in 6 games. We had a really good first round. Second round, we played the 104-point Blue Jackets. They were third in the league, and we lost in Game 7 overtime to Marchenko's snipe from the point. It was super unfortunate. We got unlucky. I guess not unlucky, but we were facing two of the best teams in the league in the first 2 rounds. I don't know. I still think it was a pretty successful season. Overall, I'm just proud of our top scoring. That's been a problem the last few years. Our top scoring hasn't really been coming through, but that wasn't a problem this postseason. We had 5 point per game players: Barzell, Celebrini, Horvat, Fiala, Vitrano. All those players actually struggled to hit point per game in the regular season, so that was good to see. Other than that, depth scoring was a bit of a problem, but yeah, overall, it was a good postseason. I think if we got past the Blue Jackets, we were facing like the Sabres, who ended up being the Stanley Cup champion, and they weren't even that good, in my opinion. For this offseason, I don't think we'll be super active because this season will likely be seeing us, let go of the veterans and bring in the new age of like the influx of young pieces that we've drafted in the past few years. The next 3 years will kind of be, I don't want to say a transitional period because we'll definitely be contending for a Stanley Cup, but we'll definitely see lots of young players joining the lineup, lots of youth given chances in important positions in the lineup. We got to raise the next generation of these Islanders players or the next leaders for when the old guys start to retire. So we have a few players who are going to be competing for roster spots, and we have a few expiring contracts. I'll show you them in a minute, but first, Beckett here, he was a low elite, a 5th round pick in the 2026 draft. Super wonky stats like any late round pick, but he actually grew to a 79 at just 20 years old. I think he started in the 50s. So that's really good to see. He had a crazy season, 134 points in I guess that would be the US NDP or whatever. But yeah, I think he's pretty well suited to a third line role. He's decent defensively. I like that 88 stick checking. Crazy puck skills, obviously. He could play well with a guy like Wallstrom, who's a shooter. Maybe play him with Peugeot to, I don't know, further hone his defensive game. I don't know. I think I'm kind of locking him in at a third line spot right now. Obviously, the preseason will show us what to do. Obviously, the preseason will, decide if he stays up in the lineup. I don't want to play him in a fourth line role. That always gets rid of his development. So it's probably either third line or top line AHL. But yeah. Also, another player who I will likely be having in the lineup is Ilya Nazarov here. He was our first round pick last year, 13th overall. He's medium elite. He's 79 overall as well. Pretty well rounded stats, a playmaker. Not very good defensively, but our top six in general is pretty good defensively. I was thinking I might play him on like the second line just because, he's medium elite. He's going and he has like offensive stats. He's going to produce well, and he can learn defensively under guys like Celebrini's good defensively, Horvat's good defensively. I don't know. I think he would fit well in our top six already, and obviously with that medium elite potential, he's going to be a future part of that lineup. So I'm excited to have him there. We'll also have guys like Andrews, Halvardson, Seaman joining the AHL. Lots of players here, and then obviously we're going to have a huge draft coming up with a ton of medium elites I'm going to show you here in a minute. For the expiring contracts, Sprong we brought in at around the halfway point. He did pretty good. He was on a 50-point pace. In the postseason, he had like 6 points or something. Nothing crazy. I don't think I want to commit to $5 million or anywhere around that mark for him. I don't think he's worth it. Better suited to another team because we already have a lot of skilled forwards, and we already have a lot of over age 30 forwards. So I think we're gonna let Sprung go. Palmieri, I'm probably going to bring back just because he's wanting 1 year, 1 million, and he's proven he can be good in the fourth line. If it doesn't work out, he can be a 13th forward. He's very cheap. But yeah, there'll be young guys nipping at his heels for that spot. So if we go 85% on him, that's 0.95. So we'll go 975K for Palmieri. Coyle is another player. I just really want to center. A lot of our players are wingers right now. So I'd like to sign Coyle to have as like fourth line center in an emergency situation. 85% on that is just over $1 million. Looks like we're gonna have to go, yeah, 75K extra, but still a good deal. Again, if he regresses, which he probably will, we can just scratch him. No big deal. Brad Marchand here dropped to an 81 overall, 40 years old. He had 65 points last year. He was playing all over the lineup. You can see he's a bit of a power play merchant, but yeah, we really liked him. He's been a really good Islander, but I don't think we can afford to keep him on any longer. We had him on less than 3 million. Now he wants 4 million, which is pretty realistic. So we're gonna let Marchand go, do 4, whatever, and yeah, a bunch of AHL guys. So that's how the team is looking. I don't think I'm gonna really pursue any free agents unless someone really stands out to me. But yeah, for the draft class here, no one in the top really, stands out to me. But we got lots of pin players we're going for. I went through them in the last episode, so I'll just kind of, just scroll by him here. But yeah, we'll be trying to get all of the medium elites for sure, and then probably a lot of the low elites, and maybe a few guys like Filatov, Yoshi. I don't know. We'll see where our picks are. Doesn't really matter if we get all of them because probably a quarter of these guys will pan out as NHLers. Still good to throw them in the system, see what happens. So yeah, that's how the draft is going to turn out. And without further ado, I think we can just hop into the entry draft. Obviously, our picks. I didn't show our picks. I just realized, but I'll show you the draft board here right now. Anaheim has the first overall pick. Not looking to trade it. Anaheim has not been playing very well, honestly. But yeah, we have a first rounder, second, third, fourth, fifth. The Bruins sixth along with our own, and then 2 sevenths. So we'll probably be trading. I'm thinking we'll probably trade our first round pick this year. At that end of the draft, it's looking honestly pretty brutal. So yeah, let's just sim through the first few picks here. Seaman was an 83 overall. I forgot to show him actually. He was a cool prospect. Put up 52 points in Russia, which is very impressive. Good playmaker there. He's kind of like Nazarov, honestly. Obviously better. This guy Tlusty. None of these guys have X factors, which is kind of surprising to me. Yeah, sniper there for Philly. Washington gets. Ooh, that's a tough pick by Washington. A 65 overall, high top floor. Blues steal this guy with X Factor. He's a playmaker. Again, nothing crazy. The draft really falls off. This guy I was kind of looking at, but no. Goes to the Sharks. Habs pick up another elite sniper. He'll be good for them. Habs haven't simmed very well either. And then the Kraken were into the medium top 6, medium top 4Ds. So let me look at who's the first player to take off the board. Corey Burke here. He's a second round pick, medium elite for the London Knights. So we're definitely going to pick him up. I think we have our second round pick around that range. If not, we can move up a few. I think I'd like to go for this guy, Aiden Moss, though. He's ranked 38th right now. He's a gem. 3 years away, I believe. Yeah, 3 years away. I don't know. It's good to add those players to the system. You never know how they're going to turn out. And he'll probably turn out better than, like the NHL ready defenseman and stuff like that. So I'll probably trade back my first round pick to go to him. All right, just simmed up to my pick here. You can see, it's all players in that 65 overall range, 67 there. 71, 70, 78 here from Leach. I was looking at him, but again, these players are nothing crazy. Probably not going to turn out to be anything. So, at our pick here, there's nothing that really intrigued me. Could go this guy here. He's an interesting player. He was a low top 9 potential. Had a crazy year. He actually went undrafted last year, but now he's a first round pick. 19 years old. 2 years away. I would definitely consider him, actually. The other player I would consider is this Lole here, 17 years old, 3 years away, defensive defenseman. Other than that, just not very good players up until Moss. There's a few guys in here that I would consider as well. 1 year away is pretty good. 3 years, 3 years, 3 years gem. 3 years, 3 years. Just all of these guys here. It's just basically blindly throwing at a dartboard. There's nothing you can really do to predict these players' careers. I'll probably trade back to about 36, though. So 33, 34, 35. So let's trade with the Blues here. We made a trade with them last year. Who did we give up? I think we gave him Ethan Bear, and we took back Bushinger, young defenseman. So they want our first round pick. They're willing to give away the 34th. Could we get, like, I don't know, maybe like these 2/4 from them? See if that goes through. And it does. Okay. So I'm pretty happy with that. We have some players in that range there. So let's just sim to the pick here at 34. And our player didn't go. Nice. So go look. Who did St. Louis select? Oh, I sim past it. They did go with Reed, who is a 70 overall now. Yeah, he would have been an interesting player, but again, his stats are so wonky. You just can't predict whether these guys will turn into NHL players or not. Rousseau there, 64 overall. Probably not going to grow, especially as a defensive defenseman. But yeah, let's take our guy off the board here. Mr. Aiden Moss from... What league is he from? I guess we could trade it back a little bit. I thought he was at 36, but I'm not going to go through the hassle. From the NLA, Swiss dude, welcome to the team. You are a 63 overall, a gem, playmaker. Again, like just a project, but it's all you can do. Just throw darts at a dartboard. The next pick is at 55, and Burke was at. Player we want is rated 54. That's kind of a risk. Should I trade up a few? We could also go for this goalie here. He's 4 years away, but I don't think I'm going to. Let's see. Is there any picks on the board around ours? Can we trade up to like Anaheim here, maybe? Throw in Dallas's pick and then maybe a skater who they like. Maybe the rights to like Marchand. Throw in. I don't know. Will Marchand and like a 7th do it? I feel like that could be a stretch. And that does get it done, so good to see. Thank you for your service, Mr. Brad Marchand. And yeah, he's still here on the board. So welcome to the New York Islanders organization, Mr. Corey Burke. Whoa, the Blue Jackets went way off the board. He's supposed to go here, and he goes like 4 picks earlier. 50, projected at like 56. I guess that's realistic to real life, so. Oh man, we miss out. That kind of sucks to see. I mean, there's a lot of medium elites in this draft. It's good to share, Do we keep this pick? We could go for this guy here. He's 4 years away. This guy, a gem, 5 years away. I don't want to waste a second round pick on a goalie. I guess we just trade down to like 69 here to get one of these defensemen. Yeah, let's trade to 68. That actually sucks though. Trade with the Sharks here for 67. Add the 53rd and maybe take back another 7th. They don't want the 53rd. See, if they wanted that, they would give me like so many extra picks, but just because they don't, I think I can only take back a 7th. And yeah, that gets it done. Dang, it sucks to miss out on that guy, but a second round pick, we can get players just like him in the later rounds. Oh my gosh, players, they're reaching on him. St. Louis selects Filatov here. He was one of the ones I was probably leaning towards, to be honest. Offensive defenseman. Yoshi here is basically the same player, except he's a defensive defenseman. 3 years away, so we'll still take a chance on him. 63 overall, so we'll compare their careers later maybe. But, he's not going to be much. I'm going to trade to this pick from Tampa here as well to select that medium elite goalie, or not goalie, defenseman. I think you probably could have saw him there. 87th And a 6. Does that get it done? And it does. Pick up another pick in Sim 1 and trade. No, thank you. Rangers select the low top 4. Let's get this guy Ortiz here, I believe was his name. Yeah, medium elite defensive defenseman. These guys always kind of struggle to turn out. He's only 2 years away though. So yeah, welcome to the organization. And you are 71 overall. That's pretty good. I like that a lot. Defensive defenseman, but 3-star defense already is very solid. 4-star physical. I guarantee his puck skills will randomly shoot up, but yeah, if he's anything more in the bottom pair defenseman, that'd be great. But yeah, we'll see. That could be a really cool player. So we have a ton of players we won like the 200 range here. I don't think I'm gonna go for this guy Petrov, 5 years away. Um, Other than that, we could go for this Bartley guy. Oh, we are going for this Bartley guy. So we need 91, 99, and 94. We need 3 late thirds, early fourths, and our next pick is at 98, which we can't afford. So let's go do some wheeling and dealing to try and get these deals done. This pick from the Devils here is at 91, which is the first one we need. So let's go to. Do we go to Tampa? Tampa has 2/3. Maybe they want to give it up. I think we just traded Tampa that one. Yeah, we did. Yeah, what can we do to get this pick? 98. I'm not going to be able to use 98, so I guess we could throw in that one. And then maybe 7th next year. Let's see if we can throw in an expiring player, actually. Probably won't be bringing back this random AHL defenseman. Throw in Sprung as well. Too many contracts? Nope. Would they take this? And they would. Sweet. So, yeah, there's our first one there. 87. Don't be gone. Doesn't look like he's gone. 2 good players here. Wild pick up this guy. And Oshie. I was looking at him, but yeah, nothing crazy here in between. I like that Ortiz pick. He's going to be a good player, I think. Probably not a star, but, still cool. Pick up Habadulin here. Ilya Habadulin played a little bit in the KHL. 5 years away, medium elite, 18 years old. Sniper, you just got to pick him up. Welcome to the organization. 50 overall sucks, but, these guys grow like crazy sometimes. Sometimes they don't, but again, you're just throwing a pick out there, seeing what happens. So this was 87. The next one we want is at 94. So 88, 89, 90. We can probably pick this one from the Oilers. We don't need this pick at 119. And this 183 we don't really need either. Those should be enough. It's a no-brainer for us in Edmonton. Yeah, of course. Simpton 90. Don't be gone. And he's not. 2 garbage players there, and we pick up who's next? Bartley here. Right winger for the Medicine Hat Tigers had 5 points, but he's medium elite, skating, playmaker, just another good guy to add to the system. Another 50 overall, but yeah, he'll be good. Maybe. Again, you don't know. So that was at 90. The next one's at 99. So 91, 92, 93, 94, 95, 96. We could go to Vegas here. We could go 101 and then an expiring contract, maybe. I think we could do that. This random AHL defenseman, I think I accidentally signed to his entry level deal. So, Vegas too many. Yeah, let's just move down a pick. Not to deal with too many contracts or whatever. We'll go to Minnesota here, who is 47. Nice. Add these 2 players here, random AHLers. And throw in 101. That should be more than enough. Move up to 94 here. A few low top 6s in there would have been nice. But, yeah, we get our guy at... where is he? Yeah, Lundestrom here. 2-way forward. Another winger. All these guys are wingers. I wish some were centers. But, yeah, this guy's 19. So he's got probably less of a chance to work out. 53 overall. Yeah, nothing crazy. So, yeah, we got our 3 medium elites in the 3rd round there. That's good to see. And the rest of the players we want, I think, are all like 7th rounders. So we should be okay. Go to pinned here. Yeah, 325, 256. So yeah, the only one we want is at 219. So we're just gonna do a ton of trading for like late round picks. Next pick is a 151, so we can just automatically send to that one. I'll look later if there's any players we missed actually. And 219 is pretty late in the late rounds, isn't it? Like, if you go to Nashville here at 22, that's 214. So let's just trade for this one right now, actually. Anaheim has 3 7th-round picks here, so we'll just trade for those 3 right now. Add in, just go 151 here, and then just keep those other ones. Maybe give up 95 here, and then we should be chilling. Oh my gosh, okay, and not, they have 50 contracts. Take a 7th, I don't, 6th next year, how about? That's a lot to pay for 3 7s, but whatever. It's good to have. So that means we have, yeah, we got 5 players we want to pick up here, and 4 7th-round picks. So we'll let go of the one really late. I know a lot of these picks are like super early, but it's just not worth the headache to like, I don't know, like try and squeeze an extra 7th out of a team, because you end up giving up a ton. I don't know. The trading system's weird. They kind of need to fix it, but yeah. First one here at 219, Mr. Daniel Saint Denis, 19 years old, only 3 years away, which is cool. He is a 63 overall, pretty solid actually. I'll take that for a 7th-round pick for sure. Next player we want here, this guy here, Chase Scuderi. He's 17 years old, A+ physical, 2 years away. Super cool prospect. He is a 71 overall, 17-year-old in the 7th round, bro. He's got an X Factor. That is crazy. Oh man, an X Factor player in the 7th round is wild. Like, he's an enforcer, so he's gonna suck. But 98 strength. What a cool player, dude. 6-foot monster. Yeah, that's nice. Love to see that. That's a super cool player. Is he anything more than a 4th liner? Probably not, but still awesome. For the next one here, we'll pick up. We'll probably leave this guy in the 300s here, even though he's a gem. He's 20 years old, 5 years away. I don't think he's going to be worth it. So go for this guy. Versi here, 48 overall, low elite, 18 years old, whatever. And then with our last pick here, go with the other gem. I think he was also like 19 or something. But, you know, still worth picking up. Mr. Conboy, 18 actually, power forward, low elites. Probably the worst skater you've ever seen, the Hungarian, but yep, he should be a solid player. Or he could be a solid player, I mean. But yeah, there's the draft. I'm super hyped about that. I just realized, oh, I saw another low elite. Ooh, yikes. Didn't want to miss that, but I realized I forgot to look at the other potentials, like players we missed out on, but I don't think we missed out on too much. So we pick up Moss, Yoshi, Ortiz, Habadulin, Bartley, Lundstrom, St. Denis, Scuderi, Versi, and Conboy. Very successful draft. It's probably the most medium elites I've ever had in a draft. Honestly, we had like 4. That was awesome. Yeah, here we are going into the re-sign phase. Obviously, no one from that draft is NHL ready. I'll get the coaches and the scouts done in a minute here. Yeah, let's go look at oh yeah, their contracts. Coyle and Palmieri say yes, so let's go see if any of the asks have changed. All expiring by overall here. Do 479 overall. This random AHLer. Honestly, if he's anything but league minimum. Oh, he is league minimum. Let's go one more year on him. At the very worst, he's a good AHLer. Beckett obviously signed to your entry level deal. Welcome to the NHL. Fairbrother, I kind of liked him. We played him in the playoffs. He played 30. No, he didn't play any for the regular season. He was for Bridgeport. But yeah, he played 4 games, 1 assist. Just have him as like a 7th or 8th defenseman for league minimum 2-way deal. You might as well. Fashion here. Same thing, except we're taking up a lot of contract spots, so we're going to let him go. Yeah, gonna let go of Fashing here. Taking up too many AHL spots. Same with like him, McMahon. I didn't mind McMahon, but yeah, we can pick up these players in free agency in like September. It does not matter. Samson, 77, 24 years old. Yeah, probably not. He's not terrible defensively. He can, I don't know. We have a lot of AHL players looking for those type of spots. He has decent stats though, so I think I'll make a one-time exception for like a one-year deal. Mr. Caden Andrews here never grew from the AHL. Still a potential prospect here. We'll let go of this guy and this guy and this guy. Mr. Holvardson. For some reason I can never pronounce that name. Good AHLer, hopefully a bottom six center in the AHL one day. Seaman here, 70 overall. Again, just players filling up the AHL. Hamilton, 60 overall. And yeah, that's all for the expiring. Traded away all the other contracts, so let's simulate a day. See what everyone said. I think everyone should say yes. Do 4. And yeah, okay, everyone signed on. No expiring skaters, but we do have one more guy to think about, and that is Dennis Hildeby. He was not very good last year in the playoffs. I mean, he had a decent regular season. He's a good backup. He's very capable, and we know he can fill in as a starter for a short time. He's a bit on and off. He's a bit hot and cold. In the playoffs, he was really bad last year. He's just been bad in general. But I think we still have to sign him. He is for like maybe a 2-year deal would be decent on him. I think we could also keep him as an RFA and sign him for like 3 million. We do have 6 million cap space right now, but I'm gonna qualify him for now. Malek, I kind of liked him as a starter in the AHL, but asking for NHL money, you're gone. And yeah, I think that's it. So if you look at forwards here, we're gonna have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I just realized I forgot to sign Mr. Ilya Nazarov. We're going to sign him on to his entry level deal as well. Simulate another day. We're going to have coaches and stuff. But yeah, Nazarov does say yes. So let's look at how the team is looking. We got, for forwards, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then probably Nazarov on the second line. So that makes up a solid top 6. Nazarov, he could come out and out. We know Wallstrom can play in the top 6. Peugeot, we know these guys. So for the third line, then that would be Wallstrom, Peugeot, and then Beckett. And then for the fourth line, Coyle, Palmieri, and then a mix of like Havilid, Zonin, Andrews, whoever wants to make the NHL, basically. So I think we could sign maybe one depth forward and like AHLers, but I think that's all we need. For defensemen, we already know we've got Dobson, Salayev, Pellick, Pollock, and Bushinger Connor, with probably Fairbrother as the seventh. I think we're looking pretty good on defense as well. We're good for the future as well. We have guys like a ton of low elites coming up, some low top fours, stuff like that. So yeah, I like our future and current on defense too. Have some expiring contracts to think about. But yeah, Sorokin, Hildeby the backup, Corhonen the third goalie, and then Martindale backup and AHL, and then an AHL starter that will sign. And then, yeah, other than that, I don't think we have anything to do. So let's just sim right to free agency. If someone really, really catches my eye, maybe I sign them to like a one-year deal. Get all the coaches and the scouts out of the way, and then I'll see you in day one of free agency. And here we are on day one of free agency. So, is there anything we'd be interested in? A ton of crazy asks from Morrissey there. Nice. Um, Vorobyev isn't maybe. We could look at maybe signing Vorobyev. I mean, like he's not looking for crazy money. 7 years, 8.6 is actually a good asking price. Looks like Nashville might throw in an offer sheet. That'd be cool. I was more looking at AHL. Let's just look for the UFAs. Stone, some big asks here. Barrett Hayden, White Cloud asking for 5 mil. These crazy defense ads. Michelli, there's not a bad deal. Looks like he hasn't simmed very well though, even because he's playing the third line. Marchand, again, that's a cheap price. Jenner's kind of interesting here. He's still got the one X factor, top 9 potential, so he's not really going anywhere anytime soon. Had 43 points last year, 74 the year before in Nashville. Pretty solid player. I'd honestly look at him. I'd also Victor Hedman's out here, finally leaving the Lightning. Kind of turned into a not great player in recent years. I could maybe throw an ask at Boone Jenner. It looks like he's has interest from Utah, but we have the 1 year cap space, and we could throw him in as a center in the system. That's one thing we're kind of lacking. We have Coyle as fourth line center, who's bound to kind of regress, I guess. So I'd be willing to throw like 3.5 at Boone Jenner for 1 year because we have cap space. Dennis, it all depends on Dennis Hildeby's ask though. So I'm not going to sign that yet, but that's definitely something I'll look out for. Barabanov is out here for super cheap, 2.5 for 83 overall, who honestly puts up pretty solid numbers when he's used correctly. But again, that's not really a position of need for us right now. Granlund put up 46 points last year. 82 overall. He is 36, but still got decent stats, especially he's not even that bad defensively. I guess he's not great defensively, but yeah, he's only asking for 1 year, like 2.5. So if we can sneak him at 3, he'd probably be my backup option to Boone Jenner. Hildeby's new ask is a little bit cheaper. Yeah, we can lock him in at like a 2 year deal right now. 3.875. After that it just gets expensive. But I'd be willing to go 2 years at 3.875. 85% is 3.3. I honestly think that's worth locking in for a very quality backup goaltender. We'll give him 3.25 to be safe. And yeah, I think that's a pretty good deal, honestly. Lock that in. If that's the case, we better wait to sign Jenner, guys like that. Trade offers. A ton of these garbage trade offers. Come on, give me an answer. And rejects the offer. Awesome. Looks like he wants the right amount of years. I just realized I forgot to look at scouts. Dang. Probably all the good ones signed by now. But yeah. What's the new... It looks like he really wants a 1 year deal, so I could comply on that and give him, like, what's 85% of that? 3.125. So if we go, like, 3.15, that's a good deal for a backup goaltender. You'd obviously be wanting more after that, and he would be a UFA. But I'm okay with that. I think that's pretty good value for a backup goaltender like him, even if it's on a 1 year deal. You can always trade for goalies, and, you can always just sign them in free agency. I think Korhonen will probably sim pretty well as well. He wants an extension, so hopefully he's another. Hildeby rejects. Now we're missing out on every single free agent. Thanks, man. All right, we're just gonna let him sit and marinate over the summer until he finally brings his deal down a little bit. So that leaves us with, like, assuming he signs around 3 million, that leaves us with a little less than 3 million to play with. There's still some good players out here. UFA. Brad Marchand's still out here, but he's about to be picked up. Barabanov Granlund is still here. There's someone wanting to sign him, so it looks like we came just in time to steal him from New York. Let's go 2.3 on Mikhail Granlund. See if he says yes to that. I like that deal. Hey, I just looked, and this guy who was like the gem that we were looking to pick up, guess what? He's a UFA, so let's sign him right now to his entry level deal as well. Simulate a few days here, and Nick Suzuki trade. What the heck? Nick Suzuki, third round pick for Brandon Montour for 2 seconds. Montreal been stuck in the basement of the league, looking to make some moves. Wow, usually you only see those deals at the deadline. That is a blockbuster in the middle of summer. But Mikhail Granlund, we steal him from the Rangers. Welcome to the Long Island. Also get those 2 prospects there. That's actually a crazy deal. Like, absolute blockbuster there. So let's look at the contracts now. Still pretty early in July, but Maybe his ask has come down a little bit. It doesn't really look like it, so we'll still wait on him. Another thing we can look at is players who are eligible for an extension. So Kevin Fiala, that's a big one. Mr. Kevin Fiala here, he'd be wanting probably a pretty big deal here. 4 years would make a lot of sense. At like he wants 4 years, 7.825. That'd be 6.65. So like take him to the age of 35. We better lock that in right now. 6.6 on Kevin Fiala. We have lots of cap space for next year. Yeah, I like that a lot. 6.6 for 4 years for Kevin Fiala, solid top six winger. I like it. He doesn't want an extension, so he might not want it, but yeah, we'll see. Adam Pelech here. That's pretty solid for defensemen in late years. He wants an extension. I'd rather a 2-year deal, 6.6. He'd take like 5.65. So even if he does regress, I think we have to take that. If he starts to regress a little bit, we'll trade him. But yeah, let's sign him for 5.65 right now. I feel like that's a pretty good deal. Peugeot here, still an 83 overall, solid player. I think we can sign these guys later though. Wallstrom, he'll want a bit of money. Mr. Dawson Connor here, we could sign him right now for like 8 years. We better see what kind of season he has, because I'm not gonna cheese it. Sign him 8 years at 2.2. That's not right. Havlet here, we could sign. I feel like a 2-year, two-way deal is not terribly unrealistic for a career AHLer, so I'm gonna sign that too. Sweet. Other than that, nothing crazy here. Tulipov. Yeah, nothing crazy. I'm actually going to sign him to that right now. 900K, 3 years. But yeah, just little stuff like that. Just matters in the long run. But yeah, let's see what all those guys say to those extensions, because those are honestly some pretty good deals there. Yeah. Kevin Fiala says no, so yeah, we'll look at him. Random free agent that I let go of. Pelech does say yes. Easy decision. Good to see. And then Havlid, Tulipov also signed. So I like that. Fiala here. What do we offer him? 6.6 for 4 years? Would you take 6.8? I feel like that's still pretty fair, especially in like the 2028 economy, cap going way up. I don't know. I think I like that. A few more days has passed, and Kevin. Easy decision for Kevin Fiala. So 4 years, 6.8. Good deal for a top six winger. He's not producing what his overall suggests, but like that's still a good deal for what he, offers, brings to the table. I'm going to simulate like a month or so to get Hildeby's offer down a bit, and then I'll check in with you guys in a minute. Checking back in on Hildeby's offer. We can sign Corhonen there as well. Mr. Dennis Hildeby and 2.2 steal. We better just take that for 1 year. He's a UFA either way if we go 2 or 1 year, so we're just going to lock that in right now. I'm also going to see, what does Corhonen want? Basically nothing, so one-way deal. Let's do it right now. And that means we should still have about $2.5 million to play around with if, we want to make a move. Just have some extra flexibility just in case. Simulate a few days here. Garbage trade offer and thank you, Dennis Hildeby and Cora Honan. So our lineup's set. Let's go. I'm going to simulate to the next season, and then we'll check out how the lines may look. Here we are at the start of the season. So any growth, any regression. They want Granlund in the top six. Beckon 81. I love to see that. I can't lie. 81 overall. He is good. Oh, look at those puck skills, man. He's going to fit in well on that second line. +1 already. That's great to see. So Granlund is probably playing in Coyle spot right now. I just signed him for the 1 year just to, get him there. We're going to go Celebrini on the top line again, probably. Actually, let me just edit the lines, and then I'll let you know when I'm done. Here's what I'm thinking for the forwards. Vetrano, Celebrini, Barzell worked pretty well last year, actually. That was probably the best top line we had all year, so we'll stay with that. Then second line, Nazarov, Horvat, and Fiala. Nazarov grew up to an 80, got really good puck skills. No, he's just a solid all-around player. I don't think he'll benefit greatly from playing with Horvat. Fiala also, maybe he can start scoring some goals instead of just being a pure playmaker. But yeah, on the third line here, Beckett, Peugeot, Wallstrom, just a super solid line. Hopefully we'll get some growth throughout the year from Beckett. Having 81 on the third line isn't great, but we'll take it. And then Havlid, Granlund, and Paul Mary. Havlid finally making his NHL debut at age 21. I guess it hasn't been that long. It feels like a long time because we've had him in the AHL system. Yeah, good to see him finally making the big leagues. On defense, you love to see this. Salayev up to an 88 overall. Great defensive defenseman, 5-star physical, 5-star shot, 4.5-star defense. The puck skills are getting better too. Honestly, he's a very good player now. He's very well rounded. Playing with our stud Noah Dobson. Second pair here, Pollock and Pellick. Pollock's kind of falling off, I'm not going to lie. 2 years left on his deal. He's down to 2 X factors. Pretty much a non-factor offensively, but he's still got 5-star defense. Bushinger and Connor here. I'd love to see Connor growing. I'm not going to lie. I'm a little worried by the 79 overall, but it's okay. Cole and Dufour the extras. We'll probably send down Dufour, and then Sorokin Hildeby, as we know. Hildeby 27 now, so he's done growing. I'm going to send down Dufour and bring up defenseman and Korahonen. Actually, you know who I forgot about? Mr. Bill Zonin here. Up to an 80 overall, 5-star shots. Again, he doesn't bring much to the table other than that, but I feel like he can produce in a depth role. So I'm going to bring him up too and send out Charlie Coyle. Bring up Fairbrother as well, and that's not goalies, Mr. Korahonen here. Still an 82 overall. Good to see him staying there. And then send down Coyle probably. So the AHL lines are looking. Lots of prospects you're probably familiar with. Coyle playing second line center here. Honestly, we could trade him, but he's got decent chemistry here in the AHL, so we can afford to keep him for a year. Yeah, I just got all the prospects around here. On defense, again, chemistry just sucks in the AHL always. I can't figure it out. We'll sign another defenseman to replace Heikkinen here. Even though he is low elite, I don't think we can afford to keep him in the lineup. But yeah. And then goalies, honestly, we could run with Martindale as the starter. He has grown pretty decently for how bad Bridgeport has been. Like, he had a 902 last year. That is incredible if you think about it. Like, 212 and 2. Like, he had a really good season, honestly. Yeah, I'll do those little signings, stuff like that. But yeah, definitely something to think about because Zonin might be playing in the NHL this year. A little bit last year, he kind of disappointed in the AHL, honestly. He was good in the playoffs, though, for the NHL. Doesn't really bring any chemistry better than Havlid, so they'll probably be battling it out for the fourth line spot. The extra might be traded, actually. Zonin, they're both 21. I could see whoever doesn't make that spot being traded. I guess Palmieri could come out too. Probably not traded, but yeah, we'll definitely have a bit of a battle for those bottom spots. But yeah, and then always the goalies. We'll have Coron, there he can play if we need him to. Goalies are so voodoo, so yeah. Captaincy is obviously staying the same, nothing changing there. But yeah, that's how the lineup is looking. We'll go look at the progress reports really quick. Here in the NHL, Vetrano actually grew quite a bit. I think he gained all of those X factors too. I think he only had like 1 or 2 before, so that's great to see. Wallstrom also grew quite a bit. Dobson, Granlund, all these guys here. Corhonen went down a bit due to statistical growth, which kind of sucks, but he's still fine. Yeah, not much else there in the system, and nothing yet. They don't really show the system yet for some reason. But we have some decent players here, like 64 overall, 69. Pochensky here can make the NHL sooner rather than later. He is 76 at 20. Halvardson here, 74 overall at 20. 71 at 21. 74, 22. Definitely have some players that are reaching like the make or break stage of their careers, but I'm excited for this team, man. Still surprised by this Scuderi guy, man. 73 overall, X Factor in the 7th round. 17 years old, man. Hope that kid becomes a stud. Maybe we could have an enforcer on the top line. Who knows? Yeah, that's how the team is looking going into the 2028-29 season. This franchise mode has passed by quick. We still haven't made it past the second round, which is a bit disappointing, but I think we're really set for the future. Eventually, when school starts, like, if you've seen Data 782's videos, he does this thing where, he does this franchise mode. He does it like me, where he does like the off season, the playoffs, season, whatever. But yeah, and then like once he reaches like the 10-year mark, he just like kind of in one video shows exactly what happened for the rest of that franchise mode, like all 25 years, without going super in depth. So that's what I'll probably do. That video will probably take absolutely forever to take out. Maybe I won't do it at all. I don't know. But NHL 25 is coming up. I'm actually still on an Xbox One, which it that will not have NHL 25. So I'll need to decide whether I'm buying a Series X or something. I don't know. I'll see. Once if they go on sale, I'll definitely buy one. But yeah, something to think about. I don't know. Hopefully, I will be able to play NHL 25 soon. But yeah, thank you for watching, everyone. I hope you all enjoyed this episode, this off season. Probably going to be a bit of a shorter video. I'll see when I'm in editing. But yeah, we didn't make a ton of big moves. We just had a successful draft, had some, nice growth, some cool draft picks, stuff like that. So I don't know. I'm super excited for the future. If you have any suggestions, leave them in the comments. Subscribe if you want to see the rest of this series. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the 2028-29 season.